Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. I am Professor Hassan and you are watching my channel Professor Hassan Humayun. A few days ago, FPSC Federal Public Service Commission took a written test of lecturer statistics, and that was a very important and technical test for all the students of statistics, and that was held on 28th August 2021. In the last lecture, I have discussed very important and technical questions of that written test with you students, and today I will discuss more important and technical questions of that test with you, which will be very beneficial for you in the next test, which will be held on 14th September 2021, and in the next paper of lecturer statistics and the statistical officer test. And that next statistical officer test will have 16 seats. Before starting today's vital and essential lecture for you, I request everyone subscribe to my channel, like and share my channel, and click the bell icon for the notifications of the next important videos. That lecture is part 2 actually for that written test of FPSC. Let's start. Question number 1 of today's lecture is probability A given A. Dear students, we have the concept of conditional probability. Whenever we have the probabilities associated with the reduced sample space, these are called conditional probabilities. When some information is given in the exam and you are to find out the probability of the occurrence of an event, and you know the formula we have learnt in BSc, the formula of conditional probability of event A when it is occurring, given that B it has been occurred, the formula is probability A intersection B over probability of that given event, probability of B. Now that is the question of the exam, and that will be helpful in the next exams for you. Probability of A given A, the formula we will have to apply. First of all, A intersection B means probability A intersection A over probability of given, probability of that is given A. Now we know A intersection A, probability of A intersection A, that is equal to probability of A that is equal to probability of A. What is common in both A's? That will be A. Probability of A intersection A is equal to probability of A over denominator is same, probability of A. These will be cancelled and the answer will be 1. A very important and conceptual question. If the question is probability of B given B, the answer will be same, that will be 1. Please keep in mind. Now question number 2. If B is the subset of A, question number 2, if B is the subset of A, it means that all the elements of B are in the A set, and A is not the subset of B. All the elements of A are not the elements of B, but all the elements of B are the elements of A. For example, if there are 3 values of B, 1, 2, 3, and A contains 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, it means B is the subset of A. That is the given condition. That information is given. Then probability of A given B is, we are to calculate probability A given B. We know the formula, probability A intersection B over probability of B, which is given. Now we know what will be common in A and B. For example, A has values 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5, and B has values 1, 2, 3. B is the subset of A. What is common? Actually common will be B, probability of B. Probability of A intersection B is equal to probability of B, because B is common in these two, over denominator is same, these will be cancelled and answer will be 1. A very important question. Question number 3. Shape of the F distribution. Question number 3. Shape of F distribution. Dear students, we know in chi-square and F distribution the range is 0 to plus infinity. F distribution is positively skewed. If the option is positively skewed, that will be the correct option. Positively skewed, and it can also be written as skewed to the right. Skewed to the right. Shape of the F distribution is positively skewed, and you can also say that skewed to the right, a very important one. Question number 4. If n is less than 30, if n is less than 30, then T distribution curve is, dear students, when n small n is less than 30, then the curve of the T distribution is flatter. You can also say that wider. A very important question. Question number 5. Which is more efficient? Maximum likelihood estimator or method of movements? We have discussed in BSc 3 methods: maximum likelihood estimator method, method of movements, and method of least square. But now in that question you will have to compare method of maximum likelihood estimator and method of movements. Which is more efficient? Dear students, maximum likelihood estimator is more efficient as compared to method of movements. Why? What is the reason? Actually, because maximum likelihood estimators have higher probability of being close to the quantities to be estimated. That's why maximum likelihood estimator is more efficient than method of movements. A very important question. Question number 6. Which is more affected from the extreme values? Standard deviation, mean deviation, or quartile deviation? Dear students, standard deviation is more effective by the extreme values. And if you discuss about the foreign books, in the foreign writers, they have written that if we do not have the outliers in the data, then the most suitable average is mean, and the most suitable dispersion is standard deviation. But the foreign writers say that if you have outliers in your data, if you have extreme abnormal values in your data, then the suitable average is median and the suitable dispersion is quartile deviation. Please keep in mind, it means the most affected dispersion is when with the extreme values is standard deviation. Keep in mind. Question number 7. If R is equal to, question number 7, if correlation coefficient between x and y is 0, then the angle you can say that is theta between x and y is equal to, dear students, when R is equal to 0, when the correlation coefficient between the two variables is equal to 0, it means theta is equal to 90 degree. 90 degree will be the correct option in the exam. Question number 8, a very important question of the paper. From where we collect data for consumer price index? Question number 8. From where we collect the data for consumer price index numbers? Dear students, common people will have to go to the shop which is in their street, that is called retailer. It means it is also called retailer price index numbers. Retailer price index number is the correct option in the exam. Question number 9. Average method is used to calculate which type of variation? Dear students, we have learned in BSc for calculating the seasonal variations there are 4 methods: percentage annual average method, ratio to moving average method, ratio to trend method, and by link relative method. It means percentage annual average method is used to calculate seasonal variations. The correct option is seasonal variations. Question number 10, a very important from the time series topic, moving average is free from which movement? Dear students, what do we do in moving average method? For example, if we are calculating 5-year moving average, we will have to find out the average of the first 5 values, and when you find the average, then seasonal or irregular movements are removed. The correct option is, whenever you find out the moving average by the moving average method, then seasonal variation and irregular movements are removed. It is free from seasonal variation and irregular movements. Question number 11, a very important one. Quartile deviation is also called quartile deviation. What is quartile deviation? Q3 minus Q1 over 2. That is also called semi-interquartile range. Semi-interquartile range. Question number 12, interquartile range. Question number 12, Fisher's ideal index number does not satisfy which test? We know Fisher ideal index number satisfies time reversal test and factor reversal test, but Fisher ideal index number does not satisfy circular test. Please keep in mind, circular test is the correct option in the exam. Question number 13, which is the last question of today's lecture, and that is very important. I want to discuss two important points in that lecture. In that question, more effective average in the case of extreme values. Dear students, effective means which is the suitable one, which average is the suitable one. Whenever you have extreme values, whenever you have outliers in your data, then median is the most suitable one. Whenever you have outliers in your data, median is the most effective values. But if the question is like this much, more affected value, in the case of extreme values. Boys and girls, a very important point I want to discuss with you people. If the question is more effective values, it means median is the correct answer. If you have extreme values, outliers in your data, then median is the most suitable. Effective means suitable value. But now the question is more affected value in the case of outliers. That is mean. Mean is highly affected by the extreme values. Please keep in mind.